anniversary!
That was really good.
It's 7:15 in the morning.
Well, viewers,
You will never know.
Unfortunately, you will
What
never
just
know.
appeared on the screen behind the camera.
Yeah, we got this new feature called Behind the Camera Screen.
And unfortunately, Danish Pete is in control of what we
Unfortunately,
see.
Danish Pete is Danish.
Yes. And in Danish, they love a bit of,
Bacon
and cream pie action.
Lego. And other things. And yeah, that distracted us randomly. Well, I woke up about an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm so loud. Apologies.
I took my first sip of coffee.
Did you?
Went to excrete my manly excretions as one does in the morning. And in the cubicle, I'm hearing Lee play Metallica riffs and metal stuff and rock stuff. And I'm thinking, this is a pleasant change.
I haven't even turned my phone off or anything yet. Yeah, you know what? The guys from Schecter said, hey, we're 40 years old this year.
Woo!
And I said, I know how that
Wait,
feels.
so am I.
Yeah.
Woo!
And I'm even older. And they said, we've got some cool new guitars, to celebrate our 40th anniversary. So they said, we'll bring them down. Actually, most of these were in stock anyway at Andertons, but there were a couple that weren't. And I picked one up and I thought, you know what? I can't play blues on this. I really can't. So
You could do.
So I just thought, what is it, and I started chugging and I kind of came up with a riff, and then Rob walked in and I went, quick, start playing over this or I'll forget the riff.
Yeah, we hadn't tuned. I'd had half a sip of coffee.
Hadn't got tones out the amps or anything.
Can I
It's so
say,
good.
this is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, we may have to take a slight intermission here whilst we find out even what the guitars are, because it's kind of like we did. We just picked two up that looked cool and we just went for it.
I'm really loving the fact that this guitar, I literally picked it up and he went, hey, play some guitar, Rob.
I did.
And I played, and it's just a great playing guitar.
Yeah, so just so you know, I've got the good old trusty Fender Hot Rod Deluxe here, completely not the guitar that the amp rather, you would normally associate with a crazy looking guitar like this, but there's a little piece of magic on the floor called the JHS Andy Timmons Angry Charlie.
Thomann, doing it again.
And that's why instead of sounding like this, it sounds like this.
And Lee craftily, stealthily dealt me a pedal called the EVH 5150 Overdrive, which takes me from this dulcet tone to this dulcet tone. That was just to explain how badly out of tune I am now, following the
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, are we covering this and hoping no one notices, or are we just going to?
No, check it out.
That's not too bad like that.
That's all right.
I still think you. Do you know what? We really
dark.
haven't spent your dark.
It's a plexi.
Yeah, but it should be.
These are
brighter.
humbuckers. I can
that's
brighten
true.
it, but I think it sounds good, man.
It got a little bit of De La Fizz, didn't it, with the high treble?
Fizz.
Try it.
Let me
Let's get a
some of the
tone
bass out.
live on
right.
camera.
Right, hold on. Here we are. More mid, more trebs,
more trebs,
less bass.
Less bass.
Actually, you know what? Maybe a little bit less gain. I'm just saying, it's quite gainy. And then let's just tune it by ear because we're at Andertons.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
much preferred it before.
Did you? I prefer it now.
Nah. Now it's lost all that smooth kind of
Can I just say as well, Chapman without reverb is like,
a duck.
It's like
Swimming in
it's like an
concrete.
egg without soldiers. Or it's like, so let's just...
It's like a brothel without expensive beer.
Possibly. Did you say there was something was in the news? Why was a mega brothel in Germany in the news the other day?
Is this the beginning of a great joke?
No, not at all. Other than the fact that I was staggered by the fact that we just had our producer walk in, literally just going,
what's going to happen is they're just going to cut to that laugh, and then no one will know.
just cut to we've just had our producer walk in.
Yeah.
Anyway, another little Chappers and the Captain story there that we'll never.
Well, we could put that in a
blooper
blooper roll.
We'd have to blank out what the products were so that none of the products can get offended
our
by what we
faces.
just said. Yes.
But thank you, Holland.
So look, I think we should add some reverb to Rob's tone and
Okay.
just stop for a second to to just find out what these guitars actually are. So hang on a second, we'll be back in a mo.
Cut. Let me just. Well, it certainly flies, Captain Lee.
Well, that's nice. So, we are now slightly better informed than we were 10 minutes ago about what these beautiful guitars are. So, you want to start or shall I start?
Okay.
You start.
I have the So this is the Banshee 6 Cat's Eye Pearl. It's got USA humbuckers, line.
Supercharger pickup.
Supercharger pickups made in the USA. Hip shot, hard tail.
Yes.
We have beautiful, beautiful construction here. As you can see, it's got all sorts of woods going through. Apparently, it's got an Ernie ball compensated nut, which
I like the
should
Schecter
aid
stuff.
your open chord tunings.
Because a lot of people don't realise that, way back when in the 70s when Schecter first started, that they were a parts company. So I know, obviously, on this particular guitar they're using a hip shot bridge, but the pickups are, it's got some Schecter heritage there. They know what they're doing.
Made out of Sun Valley in the America.
Made actually out of Sun Valley. So.
Apparently so.
Wow.
They've done some really
I thought it was
interesting.
all copper and magnets, but hey, what do I know?
They've done some really interesting little tiny sort of little things that make a nice big visual difference. For example, they've machined some brass around the outside
that.
of these inlays.
I love that.
That's
Do you
a
know
nice
what?
touch of detail.
I'm sure this is a piece. I don't even know if is this a rosewood fretboard because it's such a pretty piece of wood.
It's
like,
an ebony
looks a bit like
fretboard,
Wengi or something.
It's ebony fret. Yeah, because of course ebony isn't naturally normally always black.
Environmentally sound sourcing of ebony.
Yes.
Tick Schecter.
Tick.
Well done.
Nor is it dyed tick. That's a good thing.
I like it.
What else can we say?
Luminous, night glowing illuminousness on the fretboard markers.
Swamp ash body, maple top,
Reveal binding.
reveal binding.
Give us some tones, Rob.
Okay, well,
That's all we really want.
let's start with some clean tones, counterintuitively, just because that seems like it's probably the right thing to do. Middle position. Penultimate position.
Is it just a three-way switch on that?
No, it is not a three-way.
So
it is
it
a 1, 2, 3,
five-way,
4,
is it?
5 way.
Okay.
This is penultimate. And then right at the bottom. Really nice sounds.
Yeah.
It doesn't tap or call tap or anything like that. But if you
position
put,
2 and 4 presumably are the
they're kind of the call tapty sounds, aren't they? In fact, my favourite was this one, which is the penultimate sound. And if you put a bit of gain in front of it,
A bit of gain.
it sounds
Do it.
great.
Do it.
I've also got a T-Rex creamer on the floor.
That's where the reverb's coming from.
That's where the reverb's coming from. It's really good, huh?
Yeah, they're my favourite of all the Schecter guitars. I love the stuff where they use the sort of the pretty tops, like the exotic wood tops. I was trying to see if we got. I thought we had another one here. No, maybe not. But you know, like the Banshee Elites are my favourites of all the.
My favourite thing about this is the neck. It's just really, really feel that.
It's a satin finish. In a sort of not too thin and not too thick, isn't it? I mean, it's just the sort of.
It's really fluid.
It's just correct.
It's got a beautiful fret job on it too, which just makes playing fast, fluid run. Just feel like it's an easy thing to do.
Well, we'll never know on my guitar because I can't play that. So I have got. Who's heard of Sinister Gates?
Me.
He plays in a band called Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
And he's been a Schecter superstar for a while now, with several of his own signature guitars in the range. But this one is a little special. This is called the Bat Country. This is the guitar that was featured in the music video for their song Bat Country, ironically. And there's only 100 of these available, and they're all signed. Well, they're sort of signed. Every box comes with a spare backplate, so that you can, the one that's on it will be a blank one, but there's another one that you can fit to it that's signed by the man himself. So as well as this kind of funky kind of shape, it reminds me of a bit like a sort of a BC Ritchie kind of vibe, isn't it? But maybe a little bit more compact.
I was thinking the old Mockingbird reminded me of this.
Yeah.
I love the Invaders. Look at the size of them ends.
I mean, the Seymour Duncan Invaders are. I don't know if the pole pieces need to be like this, or if it's just kind of saying,
I reckon
"Look
it must
be! Look at me! I'm enormous."
They look like links of chainmail.
They do. They basically just look like bullets, don't they? That have just been embedded into the. Anyway, and they're kind of crazy. So this is a sort of a clean sound through my Fender amplifier, and it does do a bit of clean, but if I pick hard, it's edgy and dirty. So I've got a coil tap on here, which will at least give me still very bright.
Mine got cut, that's for
but
sure.
I'm kind of guessing that nobody really buys a guitar like this to play, you know, sort of George Benson jazz tunes on or anything like that. Got a bit of sustain, you know. So it's, you know, I played this guitar in the opening jam and actually surprised myself with how much I enjoyed that kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of midlife crisis of mine that I'm kind of feeling now. If I was going to play in a sort of a hard rock band, I probably would just try and get something that looks.
If you're going to do something, do it.
Proper rock.
You do you, boo.
So what else have we got in here? We've got a rosewood board with these kind of crown style mother of pearl inlays. Similar kind of neck profile really to the one that Rob's got. It's pretty common on the Schecter guitars. They sit in that nice, you know, not too thick, not too thin kind of thing. Nicely balanced. You know, it's sort of a little bit maybe head heavy, I guess, but no, it's pretty good. Made in, again, good Korea.
Interesting that I noticed they're putting South Korea now.
Well, I'm guessing that's because they just want to, you know, differentiate between whether or not they've been made in good Korea or, you know,
or the other Korea.
Or the other Korea.
Yes.
Which, interesting, I saw the film, The Interview, the other day, and it's crap.
Oh, really?
Oh, I honestly and truthfully, the best thing that could have happened to that film was all the publicity around the fact that Sony refused, you know, all the cinemas refused to play it and all that kind of stuff. Not cool film, but anyway. What else can I tell you about this guitar?
It's very shiny.
Graphtec, you know, the Tone Pro machine heads and the sort of Graphtec nut.
Interestingly,
cool
it's strap hung behind this horn.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't see.
Yeah. But we've got a lot of guitars to get through, so I'm going to sort of move on. As I said, I played this guitar in the jam and enjoyed it very much. So you can hear
Please, sir, can I
that.
use this 40th anniversary thing then?
Yes. Let's crack on. Crack on. What does that mean I'm left to play with? Oh, good lord.
What, is it bad?
You do the Sustainiac and I'll do that one. Hooray! Good swap.
So I've got the Hellraiser Hybrid C1 FRS
FRSTP!
Ultraviolet.
FRSTP!
What are you talking about?
Hopefully Rabir knows. FRS.
Oh, yeah.
FRSTP, FRS.
And it's beautifully made. It's got all sorts of awesome features that are loads and loads of fun to play with. So let me talk you through some of them. First of all, it's got pickups.
It has.
Pickups are great. We like those on the guitar. It has a reinforced neck with a particular material.
Graphite.
Graphite.
I'm guessing.
Carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you can
carbon
see,
fibre.
You can see a strip down the side. It's a really solid neck. It ain't going to go anywhere. Beautiful flip-flop colour.
You ever seen one of those TVRs? Was it the Chimera or something like that? Was the TVR that they had that was in this finish? I'm talking about cars, by the way.
I was like, what's going on?
And as it rips past you at like 140 miles an hour, it kind of changes colour as it goes past you. It's wicked.
Yeah. The eagle-eyed amongst you would have noticed this is a 57.
Yes.
And that's a Sustainiac.
Now, come on.
Sustainiac.
I know we love Sustainiacs. We did a cool video about a year ago, probably, on a bunch of Schecters that had Sustainiacs. But show the guys what a Sustainiac does.
Well, you get two switches. You get the on-off switch, and then you get the various different kinds of whether you have harmonic coming into the mix or whether it's just a single note, for example. I'll let you know how that sounds. So, let's start by just not having that on and give you some... Now,
do the Sustainiac thing.
Well, here's the middle. Now you get the Sustainiac thing. So here's a held note without a Sustainiac. And it turns into feedback. So here it is with regular sustain and the Sustainiac.
You can't see this. Well, you made it. Rob isn't picking any of that.
No.
That's just all the Sustainiac keeping the note going forever. Bit like an Ebo.
So here's the Sustainiac with the second... Incidentally, if you do chords, it's the same thing. And finally,
I should just say as well, you are subliminally, because you're a good guitar player, muting the strings you don't want to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you, as soon as you turn the Sustainiac on, there's a little kind of electromagnetic thing here trying to make all the strings vibrate.
Exciting all the strings, yeah.
So if you don't want particular strings to ring, you do have to mute them with your fingers.
Here's the third and my favourite function.
What is not to like?
It's really good fun.
I know.
And there's so much you can do with the Sustainiac system. The cool thing is, even if you're plugged in, because it's a battery operating this, even if the amp's not on, the cameras won't hear this. But if I just, if I turn it on and then just play a chord, it's resonating.
Oh yeah, I can.
You can hear it, can't you?
Yeah. You guys probably can't.
No, there's no way the cameras will hear it, but it's like a little tiny team of angels singing chords at me. It's beautiful sounding.
So that's just acoustically into the shotgun mic that we have above our heads.
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's a nice little thing. It makes you play different ways. If you remove the sort of the high octave feature and just have it sustaining, what's really cool is if you swell in chords.
That's very cool. So these are about £1,000, a little bit more than that. He says.
It's the hybrid.
Oh, 1150. So about 1150.
Now, the last thing we didn't mention is this is a custom Floyd Rose.
Is it?
And what Schecter have done is they've added stainless steel bits at the end here, the bits that get chewed up and rust and nasty and horrible, and they've replaced them with stainless steel. That's a really, really cool thing.
There's nothing to not like about that guitar, really, is there?
Not really. It takes a beating.
There's actually quite a few guitars in the Schecter range that you can have a Sustainiac on as well. So if you're thinking, I love that effect, but maybe not that guitar, go and check the Schecter range out and just look for any of their FRS models.
What is that? Says Rob, reaching for a copy with his other hand.
This is one of the 40th anniversary ones. We'll have to get some close-ups of these at the end because this has got a beautifully engraved neck pickup here which says 1976 to 2016, which is, of course, their 40th anniversary. They
made in Pasadena pickups, bro.
Pasadena. Or is that a different?
That's Ipanema.
Ipanema. I tell you, those pickups are even better. If you get them made.
The Ipanema ones.
They are. As you can see from the back of this guitar, it's one of these really, really pretty kind of Swampash, Wengy, maple kind of compositions.
Carbon fibre reinforced as well.
Really, and an arch top as well, which on a lacquered guitar tends to sort of catch the light a bit more, whereas on this it's a little bit more understated, but it looks great. What else can I tell you? 24 fret. And one of the things which is pretty cool, if you've ever really wanted to kind of like, if you love those old cop movies from America where they go like that, they go, Magnum PI, like that, and they hold like a shield at you, NYPD, or whatever like that.
You're insinuating that you could pry that off the guitar, put it in another wallet,
do it
and
with
walk
the
around
guitar. Let's just get the guitar and go, Schecter 40th anniversary, like that. NYPD, Schecter 40th anniversary, you're under arrest, or whatever you say. But it's got a cool kind of shield on the headstock.
I feel like you could really arrest somebody.
I think you probably could, just with your...
No, I mean you. Just with your captainly authority.
I was thinking the other day, what's to stop you if you really, just getting like we should do this. Like,
what, just arrest somebody?
So Chapman, when we do the NAMM thing and we do the Chapman, instead of just having business cards, let's get literally wallets with like a Chapman shield on it.
That's a great idea.
And literally, and introduced ourselves and just go, Chapman PD! Or something like that.
Oh, right. I thought you meant we should impersonate police officers.
And impersonate police officers, and only allow the person not to be arrested, possibly even killed under the death penalty law, if they order loads of Chapman guitars. Maybe not. Anyway, we digress. I have some very cool Schecter locking machine heads on here, Tone Pros bridge, the whole compensated graphite nut thing, carbon reinforced neck. I mean, it's a workhorse. It's a workhorse machine.
Play it, bro.
We haven't heard it yet. Yeah, have you, so? It's got a fatter feeling neck than the other ones. So again, I would say for the more traditionalist in you, still bright sounding. This is this coil taps. Much more effective coil taps on these than they are on the Invaders.
You can really hear the Wengy coming through when you do that.
You can absolutely, I love a good Wengy. Both pickups. And the bridge. Bit of gain, bit of delay maybe.
Oh, he's killed the amp! Lee, what did you do?
I've no idea, but what I do want to say is sometimes if you're a gigging musician and you gig with a tube amplifier, this is why a lot of us will, people in music stores will say, have a plan B.
Have a massive Afro guy ready to carry on stage a whole new Fender.
In an ideal world, obviously, like another valve amplifier that you can run out, that you can plug in quickly with. Because valve amps, that's just what they do. They just kind of they work fine, and then at the most inopportune moment go, I'm gonna die, like that. So have a pedal that you can put into your PA, or a lot of people buy those little orange micro dark things, don't they? And they
fit in a pedal train case.
Yeah. Or something, but there we go. Or, of course, shoot all your videos where there's a massive music shop next door, and you can just run in and get another guitar amplifier, which is obviously what we did. So I think you'd heard the. Actually, I thought, oh my god, it's just gone again, but it was you.
Sorry,
it was
Lee.
You doing that noise. So this was my treble pickup. This guitar reminds me more of kind of like a Les Paul-y kind of tone, as opposed to some of the other ones we've played, which are more like a Super Strat kind of noise.
Yeah.
It feels like it's got
more
more meat
sounding.
and guts, to it. So. Is this my favourite one of the ones I've played? It probably is the one that would appeal to me most. But I did like that Avenger as well. She's crazy. I shouldn't like that, but I did quite like
you should.
That as well.
I think that's a good change if you can.
So, let's move on. We've got 2 more guitars and some exciting news, so stay tuned.
I've got here...
Oh, you've got it already.
A Hellraiser Hybrid with beautiful EMG pickups, carbon fibre reinforced, sonically...
Is it a PT something or other, this model?
We don't know.
I never remember whether it's a P. Yeah, it's a PT7, isn't it? That's right.
Oh, it's a PT7.
And they do their sort of single cut, perhaps T-shaped inspired guitars. They're called the PT range.
Oh, okay, PT range. Well, it's got ebony fingerboard, 5766, hip shot hardtail.
It's 5766. Is that the sort of Hetfield inspired set? Is that's more? It's the one. I'm pretty sure.
Take a look at the shiny kind of dark chrome looking covers.
They're the ones where they say they're a bit more dynamic, so they're not your complete balls to the wall kind of 81, 85 kind of set. They should give you a bit more of the benefits of an active pickup, but perhaps with the dynamics of a passive pickup.
So weird that I never play a 7-string, but sometimes when you get a really good one, it feels like I can play a 7-string.
Inappropriate moment for the captain.
In a minute, I think we should get Rabia to come and have a little noodle on this. Play some dirty Tosca stuff, maybe.
Is there anything else to tell us about the PT7?
Well, I mean, it's got beautiful
Hip-shot
triple
bridge.
binding. Hip shot, USA hip shot, yeah. It doesn't do a tap thing, it's got a 3-way. We mentioned the pickups. We mentioned the fact that it's reinforced.
I like the scarf neck, so you've got satin.
Yeah, I mean, they all pretty much have this really interesting way of scarfing off the neck so that you get that nice matte feel. You don't get the sticky kind of glossy stuff, with the exception of the bat.
Yes, that was all gloss.
Yes.
So anyway, we're back into the sort of perhaps more familiar Sinister Gates kind of territory here. This is another limited run Sinister Gates guitar. You've got the kind of the bat inlay, the crazy kind of gold striped finish. Again, we've got another Seymour Duncan Invader at the bridge here, but the Sustainiac system fitted as well. The upgraded Floyd Rose system with the stainless steel screws on it that we talked about before. Yeah, I mean, I am not going... Well, I tried to play a Sustainiac once before and was rubbish at it.
Mate, you're going to be great.
Me. Let me see what I can do. Which way are these on or off?
So one of them will have a three-way. That's the different settings.
Yep.
And one of them's on or off.
Okay.
You'll know if it's on if you hold a note.
It's quite addictive. It's quite addictive, isn't it? So yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to. The hardest bit, as I said before, for a player like me, is to mute the strings that you don't want. So without the Sustainiac, if you just want the kind of crazy back pickup. You know what, love it or hate the look, it's a great guitar.
It is a great guitar.
It's a great guitar.
I kind of like the look. It looks really American to me.
So look, there we go. Look, so this is a little run through. You know, it's a big year for Schecter, 40th anniversary. Apologies if we haven't spent as much time on each guitar as you'd like, but that's what guitar stores are for. So go and see a Schecter guitar store, preferably Andertons, but you know, somewhere.
Should we play a bit of this?
Yeah, should we tell them about the Schecter 40th anniversary competition first?
What competition is that, Lee?
Well, do you hands up if you like any of the guitars that you've seen in this video? Okay, hands up if you'd like a free one of any of the guitars that you've seen in this video. Well, there you go. So, the nice people at Schecter have said to us, if you want to give away one of these guitars as part of our 40th anniversary celebrations, you can.
Which one are you going to give away, Lee?
Well, I guess the fairest thing to do would just be to say you guys choose which one you want. I guess, you know, you choose which one of the five or six guitars that you liked, and that's the one you can have for free.
Wow!
And we have a cool idea for who's going to win it. Now, Schecter have got some great artists who probably, and I don't know this for sure, but probably on their birth certificates didn't say what their current sort of, you know, name is. So I doubt Sinister Gates was born and his mum and dad went, great name. Bill Gates and Florence Gates said, we've got to call him Sinister.
Hey, they might have done.
They might have done. Or Zaki, what's his Zaki what? Zaki Vengeance. I mean, come on. Maybe that was Bob Vengeance and Sarah Vengeance, and they had a little girl.
And also, I mean, you're the captain, but you weren't born the captain, were you?
So, your mission to win any one of these 6 amazing guitars that we've got here is to come up with your best stage name ever.
Ooh.
Your Schecter artist endorsed
stage name.
It's going to be awesome. And then what Rob and I can do before we send you the guitar is maybe on the back what we'll do is we'll write your stage name so it can be your own artist edition.
Yeah.
And then we'll sign it.
That's a great idea.
Probably devalues
That means that anybody of any ability level can enter
Oh,
this
absolutely.
competition.
You don't even have to be able to play guitar.
Now,
You've just got to be funny.
Where are they going to post their stage name?
In the comment section below.
Comment section below.
Comment section below. We'll run this competition for a month. And then the voting, just so that you can't shout at Rob or I, the voting will be done probably by someone at Schecter who will go, they thought that was the funniest name.
Yes.
I don't know, it could be fun. It could be the coolest name. It doesn't have to be the
Can they
funniest
live
name,
anywhere in the world and win?
Anywhere in the world you can win, as long as your country doesn't have some sort of importation ban on cool electric guitars, which some do. So
Really?
yeah, well, not like bans, but like insane import taxes that have to be paid on stuff that's sent there. What else do we?
Well, if I was going to win one, I'd want to win that 40th anniversary, I think.
You'd
I
wanna
haven't
go
even
with
played
that?
it yet, but I reckon that's the one I'd want to win.
I'd want to win. I wouldn't care actually. I might want to win that Banshee Elite.
It is great.
That is a great looking guitar. But if you were a huge fan of Avenged Sevenfold, you'd probably want to win this one, or maybe this one. You know, or look, it's up to you. We don't judge, do we?
Non-jugement.
Non-judgmental.
Well, in that case,
Yeah.
I reckon I've been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain. And
Nice.
I think Rabir should come and play some 7-string for your, oral delectation.